Hello, welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica, and this show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. Happy Monday, January 15th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's so excited to be coming to you and talking about this week's topic. Remember last week's topic, we were talking about ACX. This week's topic, we're moving into Fiverr. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most important parts of getting people to click on you on Fiverr is your thumbnail. And I'm going to talk to you about some best practices, so you don't want to miss this episode. Make sure you also click that like and subscribe button and check out our link to A VO's Journey Elite Academy below to help you grow this business and join us in our Winter Wonderland extravaganza going on right now until Valentine's Day, which we've got coming up, which we have some exciting stuff coming up for Valentine's Day, but we'll get that down in a couple weeks. So anyways, jumping into your thumbnail. So here's an interesting kind of stat when it comes to Fiverr, but for everything, all right, when it comes to voiceover in our day and age, all right? The first thing that someone has to do is they have to find you. Okay, the first thing that anyone has to do, right, if we look at the progression of you getting work, the first thing that someone has to do is find you. It means they've got to type in some sort of search somewhere, right? And that search result, so let's say they go to Google and they type in, female voiceover, just female voice actor or something. And then maybe Fiverr pops up and they click on Fiverr, and then Fiverr's there and they've got to type in something in Fiverr. Well, they type in, female voice actor, and it gives a list of all these people. So the first thing they've got to do is type in stuff and you've got to come up. The next thing they have to do is they've got to actually look at all of the thumbnails, the pictures. Okay, and if you know what a thumbnail is, that's usually a picture of you or something, okay, that entices people to click on your profile or your gig, as Fiverr calls it. This is why this is super important, because you have got to create a thumbnail that gets them to stop in their tracks and click on you. And once they click on you, then they listen to you. So this is why I always talk about the importance of a thumbnail, because someone has to see your thumbnail, be interested enough by it to actually listen to you. So all the work that we've done on our demos, all the work we've done on everything, our acting and everything, okay, we know it's important because that's what brings home the work. However, it is equally important, and some would say just as I know some people will say that's not true, but I'm going to venture, I'll say, in our day and age, maybe not years ago, but right now, I believe it is equally important that you have something enticing enough to get people to be even interested in you, right? And your thumbnail plays a massive role on it. Think about it. Even on social media or anywhere you go, something has to interest you by the way of the picture, the title, the phrasing, something there that you see really quickly has to interest you enough for you to click on it to want to learn more information. Same thing that happens with our gigs, right? People have to be interested in them. So it starts off with, and this is I know there's irony here, but it starts off with a great picture of ourselves. Now, I say it's ironic because the irony comes that no one who hears the voiceover in the end will know our name, will ever see our picture, right? But the people who are hiring us, I have found, all right, and we see it all over the place, that they want to know the person. They want to see the person. They want to be assured that it's a real person, okay? They want to be able to picture in their head the person who is delivering that message. Okay, so that's very, very important. So you've got to start out with a great picture. Now, here's the thing. The picture also needs to match, or let me rephrase, your expression. This is a very underrated topic here, or underrated. This is a very underserved kind of topic, is how you are matching your picture, your thumbnail to your offering, right? To your voiceover style, right? If you have a deep voice, something that's a little mysterious, you need to, I'm not saying you need to look like a villain, but look a little more serious. All right. A super, like you see those people have this super like happy, crazy looking picture, and then you listen to their voice and be like, man, I would have never expected that. Like, it doesn't match up. All right. And the same thing other ways, right? You know what I mean? Make it all be cohesive. But the idea of having a really great picture, you know, yes, you can use your phone. I mean, I use my phone for this thumbnail. I use my phone a lot because I've gotten very good at editing. All right. So either you got to get really good at editing or you got to get some professional pictures on. And still, there's never a bad thing with getting professional headshots because, you know, you tell the person that you're working with what you're trying to accomplish. They're going to be able to do that, you know, but it's also a good idea to have excellent thumbnails. I mean, even, you know, like Mr. Beast, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a very famous YouTuber. Probably most famous in the world and most successful. But, you know, he talks about how before he does anything, right, he spends weeks, months working on the thumbnail and the title and testing out and stuff, because that's going to make such a massive difference on how many people actually click through and watch the video. Even though the content is so important, of course it is. It's got to be a great video, but if no one clicks on it, I mean, that's the day and age we live in. So you have to have a great picture, all right? And it's got to be on a great background with minimal writing. I see this a lot. People write, they write like 15 things on their thumbnail. You know, this is all my, you know, you're going to get all this by working with me. No one's going to read that. They're not. In fact, it just makes the thumbnail look cluttered. It takes away from what the most important part is, and that's your picture. All right. Now, look, on a side note, I have to bring it up. Please do not be afraid with the way you look. Seriously. I'm a bald dude who's a big guy. And I wouldn't say that I'm just, you know, the most attractive person out here. So you have to get past that. Because you can still put yourself in a wonderful light, still have a great picture, and not be afraid that there's something wrong. Because I know for me, when I first started, that was a big worry of mine. I'm like, who'd want to look at me? I don't want to show my picture. I don't want to, you know, I mean, like I have personal reservations about it. That might be something that you're going through. Please get past that. People are not as concerned about that as you or me might think they are. Okay? I've proven that. That's one thing, but you still need to put yourself in a good light. Please, whatever you do, don't grab pictures from 20 or 30 years ago. Okay, that look nothing like you, and they're one-off pictures that you found somewhere in the dark recesses of your computer files. Don't, you know, get some new pictures. You can use your phone. The cameras on these phones are incredible. You could get a family member or a friend or someone to take a picture, find an interesting background, or just take some pictures and then use like Canva or Adobe Express when you go to make these things and remove the background. The software, so you don't have to use Photoshop anymore and do these complicated things to remove backgrounds. Nowadays, it's most all software can just easily remove the background from you and leave you, you have a transparent photo, right? Which means that you can put yourself on any background. You know what I mean? But just think of the fact that your thumbnail needs to have you in its best light and something really easy with the writing, like female voiceover or female voice actor. And then I always put my name, because I want people to know who I am in case they want to search for me outside of that platform, in this case, Fiverr. I always put my name down. You don't have to. You could put a pseudonym. Like if you're not trying to have your name, you can put a pseudonym down. You know, your whole account could be under a pseudonym. That's fine. Okay? But I always try to put my name down. And I always try to put specifically the type of voiceover it is. Okay, because you want to have different titles for the different title voiceovers you have, because you have 7 gigs when you're first starting out on Fiverr, and you want to fill out all 7 of those gigs. But this video wanted to, and we're going to talk this week, there's going to be varying different topics, right, on Fiverr. I wanted to make sure that you got, the first part of this, which is really important, is that thumbnail. That thumbnail is everything. Don't stick too much stuff on it. The most important thing, your picture should take up, 60, 70% of the photo. It should be the major feature of your thumbnail. All right, with a title and your name. Please, if you do this, you're going to see a lot different results. Okay, and again, your picture, you need to make sure it's a good picture. And also, if you're not seeing some results, it could be that your picture, right? You might have this big smiling, bubbling picture, but your voiceovers do not match up, right? Like you have this almost brooding style, which is fine, which is great. There's markets out there for it, but not if your stuff doesn't match up. People are like, this doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Well, it's because your pictures, what you're putting out there doesn't add. It doesn't, it's not cohesive. All right. So I think I pretty much kind of covered that topic. And look at some, go through too and look at some thumbnails. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. And you'll see, gosh, that person looks professional. Or so think about that too, because that's our competition. So you want to make sure that our thumbnails are professional enough, okay, to compete against everyone else. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, check out Avio's Journey Elite Academy. We'd love to have you. There's some really exciting stuff going on with some new publishing things we're doing also with Academy Voices. So I'm very excited about that. But I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Again, happy MLK Day, and you have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye, everyone.